everybody, this is my first time making a raw food video, so bear with me here, I'm a rookie. I'm going to be making some soft corn taco tortilla shells. These can probably be used for, well, tacos of course. You can use them as a substitute for tortilla chips. You can dip them in pretty much anything. What you're going to need is 1.5 cups of corn kernels, either frozen or fresh. I'm using frozen. You can let them thaw for a couple hours or thaw them in some cold water and make sure you drain them really well. A half a red bell pepper chopped. It can be any color. It doesn't have to be red. I just happen to like red, and red kind of makes it a little bit sweeter, in my opinion. 1 tablespoon of lime juice, or lemon. I'm using lemon since that's what I have on hand. 2 teaspoons of chili powder, a half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cumin, ground cumin, and 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of flax meal. You're going to add everything into the blender that I just listed except the flax meal. We're going to add that last. I have that already sitting back there. Right now I have the corn kernels in my Vitamix. You want to use a high-speed blender if you have it, because it makes it a lot smoother with something a little bit nicer than, you know, a Hamilton Beach. But you can use what you have. You don't have to deny yourself this recipe just because you don't have this high-tech, expensive equipment. I'm going to add everything into the blender except the flax meal. Wipe my hands real quick. And then you process this until it is smooth. Space here so we can pull our flax meal. This is what the flax meal looks like, and this is our blended batter for the tortillas minus the flax meal. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this into our flax meal and fold it in. The flax meal is going to act as a binder. That's why you don't want to add it into the blender with everything else, because it'll just get really thick and it'll be hard for your blades to move, especially if you're using you know, one of the cheaper models or more standard models of blenders. Put that aside. Fold this in. And once I get this folded in, I'm going to let it sit for a couple of minutes while I'm getting the dehydrator trays ready. You will need a dehydrator for this. I don't think you can do it in the oven. And the Teflon sheets work great. I'm going to finish mixing this, let this sit for a minute, and I'll come back and show you how I shape the tortillas. Hi guys, welcome back. This is what the batter looks like now. It's got a little bit thicker, kind of sticks together, it's not runny. So it should be fairly easy to spread on our dehydrator sheets. I have a dehydrator grid, which comes with the Excalibur, which is what I have. And then these purchased Teflix, or I think they're called Paraflex sheets, basically a non-stick sheet that you can use in the dehydrator. We want them to come off pretty easy. And this is my mold that I use. I actually bought, I'll show you, it's a set of cookie cutter rolls. Actually, I think I got it at Walmart for roughly like under $3, $2.50 or something like that. So this will give you a nice uniform tortilla shape, easy for you to shape, or you could just, you know, tear it apart, score it, make it into tortilla chips, I mean. And you're going to want to use, I use a scoop to make sure that they're pretty much uniform size. I want to say this is probably about 1.5 tablespoons, and an offset spatula, a small one, works great to spread it. So I'm going to go ahead and start spreading my tortillas. I love this. I can use it with any type of filling I want, any type of dip. I have a cabbage slaw that I use this with. You can make a sunflower seed base mock meat, I guess you could say, taco meat. I've done that. Also using walnuts. There's all different kinds of ways you can do things here with raw food. It doesn't have to be, you know, some boring carrots and celery sticks with some lemon juice dip, you know, something so boring, and nobody wants that, you know, nobody wants to do that. You know what I'm going to do? Instead of using my offset spatula, I'm going to go ahead and use a spoon. So maybe this will work a little bit better. Yep, works a lot better because these are smaller. So I'm just spreading this around to the edge of the cookie cutter. Or since I'm not making cookies with it, a tortilla shaper. Tortilla mold. And when it's pretty much evenly spread across, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just pull up the mold and there you go. A perfectly round tortilla. Pull the camera a little closer so you can see. There you go. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up. Fill up the dehydrator trays and then pop them in the dehydrator. You're going to want to leave them in the dehydrator for, I would say, about 4 hours. Depends upon your environment and humidity. You want to set it about 115, nothing over 118. And check it. And once they're dry enough and you can peel them off this Teflon sheet, then you're going to want to lay them on the grid to dehydrate about another 4 hours. So you're going to want to check it. That's just a rough estimate. It varies. Sometimes here it's really hot in Texas and it doesn't take as long. So I get them all done in a total of 6 hours, which kind of floors me. But anyway, you just keep an eye on it and I'll show you the finished product when they come out of my dehydrator. Yum yum. Hey guys, I told you I'd be back and show you the tortillas I'm making. This is the one tray I got. I got this plus 2 tortillas on another tray. I wanted to show you. These come up fairly easy. They stick just a little bit, if you can see that. You're going to want to flip them. Take them off over here and flip them and put them directly onto the screen. I'm going to take this sheet off. I'm holding my camera right now, so I can't do this exactly with one hand, but you get the idea, and then you'll put it in for another couple hours. They're pretty pliable right now. It's nice to be able to shape them, but they're still a little wet, so you don't want to get them too crisp unless you're making tortilla chips. But if you're making tacos, you want to be able to shape them. Or you can leave them like flat and have tostadas as well. Alright guys, thanks.